Good morning. Welcome to US Vet. We are not on our normal area of Washington. We've actually flown to Illinois for a couple reasons. We're going to a concert tonight and then we're going to go see my family tomorrow. But while we were here, we decided to come down to Springfield because we decided we were going to come see Lincoln's tomb. So here we'll start walking that direction. Welcome to Lincoln Tomb. Here in the heart of our country, on the edge of the city he called home, is the final resting place of the President Abraham Lincoln, his wife, and 3 of their children. Built with donations from throughout the United States, the Lincoln Tomb honors the memory of our nation's greatest presidents and those who had struggled with him towards a new birth of freedom. I'm telling you guys, this is incredible. I'm so glad we made it down here. And as we keep going, we ran into the groundskeeper for starters. But
you good work, thank you.
Yep.
This is incredible. Wow. Wow. Welcome to Lincoln Tomb. Okay. I don't know if you can go up. I don't think you can go up there, but I know you can go inside. So we'll head inside and see what we see. But there is our former President Lincoln's tomb right here. Okay, guys, this is really impressive here. And right here,
It is. It's
we
perfect.
have.
I'm not sitting inside, but I can sit outside. Yeah, we're supposed to have decent weather today and tomorrow, and then get cold.
I guess this is a replica. It says the original's in the Hall of Fame in Washington, D.C. But there's our wonderful President Lincoln.
Get in your car.
Okay, Dale.
That's a Borglum too? I didn't know that. He's the one who did the,
So you're supposed to rub his nose
how about?
for good luck. So there you go. Dale rubbed it. I'm going to have to come over here and rub his nose too. So hang on. Okay, all you get to see is my hand, but you get to see my hubby. So, okay, so let's head inside and see what's inside.
We've been to the White House, we've been to the Lincoln Memorial.
So we went inside this area, and here's the first section talking about his descendants.
In the bronze in here in 1931, and essentially it used to be.
Give me a minute to look at this. It's quite interesting.
Skylight and the hallways were closed in the original design for extra crib space for future descendants, and then by the early 1930s.
This is really interesting if you can read it all. It talks about how he was born in a log cabin in Kentucky. He was then moved to Indiana, where his mom had died, and then his dad remarried, and they ended up in Illinois, where he spent most of his youth, but he became very attached to his stepmother, Sarah Bush, who exerted great influence on his character. At 21, with his family overland to Macon County, Illinois, where they settled on a farm. In 1831, he moved to New Salem, where he lived 6 years, moved to Springfield, and practiced law until 1860, when he was elected to the presidency of the United States. This is really interesting. And this is the tomb. In this tomb are the remains of Abraham Lincoln. Wow, you guys, this is really touching, really touching. As we continue on, we see a picture of him. Here he was on a horse. It says Lincoln the Ranger. And then over here, we have Lincoln the Soldier. This was done in Dixon, Illinois. from a picture of him in Dixon, Illinois. Look at that, he looks so young there. Okay, what else have we got down this hallway? Who's that down at the end?
Craftsmanship in there is amazing.
It's all marble. It's beautiful.
Plastic is all marble.
No, it's marble. Come down here. Wow. Okay, that looks like the presidency. Original Lincoln Park in Chicago. Okay, let's come around here. Lincoln, the circuit rider.
Look at all their noses are shiny.
Yeah, everybody's been touching these things.
His feet.
Okay, continuing on. This is actually quite interesting. This was Lincoln's farewell address to Springfield when he was leaving to go become the president, and he was moving to Washington, D.C. This is quite interesting too. Okay, let's continue on. And what do we have? Oh, okay. Well, this is obviously Lincoln's tomb. Okay.
If you could just shut it off and take some pictures, that'd be good. Yeah, okay. Hold this up.
Okay. Here we go. President Lincoln's remains rest in a vault 10 feet below and just behind the massive Arkansas marble monument before you. The words, "Now he belongs to the ages," inscribed in the wall are said to have been uttered by Secretary of War Edwin Stanton at Lincoln's deathbed. Okay, I'm gonna turn around because it also talks about his wife and kids. Okay. Thomas Tad Lincoln, 1853 to 1871. Wow. 4 years old, 16. And then there was his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, who's also buried here. Okay, we went a little bit further, and this is not the tomb, but this is his son that did live to adulthood, and he is buried in the National Cemetery in Arlington. They put something up here for him as well. Okay, here's your famous Gettysburg Address. 407 years ago. Wow. So we walked around to the back of this so that we could get a good view of the statues on the back side. I was hoping we could climb up there because there's stairs, but they're blocked off at the bottom. So, but this is the back side of the tomb on the outside. This place is really, really incredible though. If you get a chance to get to Springfield, Illinois, don't miss this, okay? We're still in the cemetery where Lincoln's buried, but they have this, they have several of them. Here's the Vietnam over there. But this is for World War II, and it's so interesting because it talks about everywhere that they went in the war during what time. So I'm gonna try and get all of this as I walk around. There we go, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Japan surrenders, Pacific Theater. This is really interesting. Okay, now over here. The European theater. We're kind of going backwards on this side, but that's okay. Omaha Beach, there you go. This thing's really interesting. Really interesting. I'm hoping you can read it all. I know some of it's got shadows on it because this is really beautiful marble. So there we go. Okay, so we are still in Springfield. We just went to the library and then we came down here because this is actually the only house that Abraham Lincoln bought when he was a lawyer. And this is where he lived with Mary Todd Lincoln. And this is the home. There is a tour of it, but we are just running out of time, so we probably won't take the tour. But just had to show you. This was Abraham Lincoln's home. The only home that he ever purchased. Quite interesting.